Welcome. Today we're diving into something called TRIZ. It's its incredibly powerful method for invention. But here's the interesting part. To stay relevant in today's world, it had to completely reinvent itself. We're going to find out why.
You know, the world's biggest innovators, companies like Samsung and Sanofi, they're all using TRIZ. But what's really fascinating is they're moving beyond its original classical form. And today, we're going to unpack exactly why that is.
So, to really understand where TRIZ is heading, we've got to go back to where it all started. So let's begin with the basics. What exactly was classical TRIZ?
Okay, first up, let's explore classical TRIZ. We'll look at what made it so brilliant and also what its biggest challenges were.
You see, the core idea behind classical TRIZ was honestly a game changer. Its founder, Genrich Altschuler, he studied thousands upon thousands of patents, and he had this huge aha moment. Invention isn't just some random magic or a lucky stroke of genius. It actually follows predictable patterns. He realized that at the heart of every single tough problem is something he called a contradiction. For instance, think about a car. The body needs to be strong to keep you safe, right? But it also needs to be light for better fuel efficiency. Well, stronger usually means heavier. See? That's a contradiction. Altschuler's big idea was that if you could create a system to solve these contradictions, you could literally teach anyone how to be an inventor.
But, and there's always a but, isn't there? This powerful system had its problems. It was brilliant, no doubt, but wow, it could be incredibly dense. Mastering its really advanced tools, like one called TRIZ, took a massive investment of time and effort. And you can imagine, in modern industries that want results yesterday, that was a really tough sell.
So, to overcome these hurdles, TRIZ had no choice. It had to evolve.
And what happened next was really fascinating. All these new approaches started to emerge. Each one was kind of designed to fix a specific crack in that original foundation. The goal was to make TRIZ easier to get into, more flexible, and even more powerful. It wasn't about replacing the core genius of TRIZ, not at all. It was about adapting it for a whole new generation of problems and problem solvers.
This evolution created this whole new landscape of what we call modern TRIZ. And as you can see here, each one takes a slightly different angle. Some are all about making it simpler to learn. Others focus on adapting it for business challenges. And some are even pushing the core theory itself even further.
Let's just zoom in on one of these to really see the difference. Take Oxford TRIZ. It directly tackles that super steep learning curve of the classical method. Its whole philosophy is simple. Keep the powerful core principles, but present them in a way that's just faster and easier to get your head around, using lots of visuals and step-by-step guides. It's all about lowering that barrier to entry without watering down the power.
Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, but does it actually work out there in the real world? Well, let's take a look at the incredible impact these modern methods are having. The results have been nothing short of staggering. For the pharmaceutical giant Sanofi, applying these modern TRIZ principles led to a, get this, $4.5 billion increase in sales. That's not just some happy accident. It was the direct result of having a systematic innovation process.
And then you have tech giants like Samsung. They have basically woven TRIZ into their company's DNA, and it leads to real improvements you can actually hold in your hand. Better battery life, lighter phones. These aren't just marketing points on a box. They are the direct results of training engineers to systematically solve the deep, technical contradictions inside their products.
And it's not just about big tech either. Even government organizations are seeing huge returns. The UK's national highways had a problem they'd budgeted £10 million to fix. By using Oxford TRIZ, they found a solution that cost just a tiny fraction of that. It just shows you the incredible efficiency you get when you solve the right problem in the right way.
From creating new consumer goods at P&G to sorting out complex IT security at HP, the applications have become unbelievably versatile. Time and time again, the underlying logic of TRIZ just proves its value.
So, what's next for TRIZ? Well, it's definitely not standing still. It's actually becoming a key part of a much larger ecosystem of innovation.
Think of TRIZ now as a powerful plug-in, like a specialized engine that can supercharge other big established methods. So you might use something like design thinking to really understand your customers and find the right problem. Then you plug in TRIZ as the solution engine to systematically crack it. And after that, you can bring in tools like Lean and Six Sigma to optimize and implement the whole thing. They all work together.
And looking even further ahead, the fusion of AI and TRIZ, well, that promises to amplify problem solving in ways we're just starting to wrap our heads around. Imagine an AI that can analyze massive datasets, spotting patterns and contradictions faster than any human ever could, feeding those insights directly into the TRIZ process. It's a total game changer.
So the key takeaway here is this. TRIZ is not some dusty old theory on a shelf. It's a living, evolving toolkit for anyone who wants to innovate. It adapted from its complex, engineering-focused roots to become something way more accessible and versatile for all of us. The question is no longer if it works. The real question is, what impossible problem are you going to solve with it?
Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. To continue learning more about creative engineering, be sure to subscribe and follow our channels. All the info is right here on the screen. We'll see you next time.